I think it's time we talked about Cascanes again. Cascanes is a brand that I've actually spoken about a lot on my channel, but it's been a while, and I think we should revisit this because I think that there is some value in being able to talk about it. So Cascanes is a brand that is made at Nome 1614, and it's actually an incredible facility. I've gotten to go down there and tour their space, and so it's really great to see where this spirit comes from. On top of just where it's made, the thing that really makes Cascanes special is their water source. When you're talking about really well-made tequila, you're talking about three ingredients: yeast, water, agave. Water being a massive component to that, where you source your water does impact the final flavor. And for Cascanes, they source their water from a small village called Ostotapaquillo in the middle of Jalisco, which I also got to visit. It was fascinating to be able to taste that water and then taste the Cascanes after it's been made and being able to find those similarities of flavor. Because you might think that water is flavorless, but it is not. I can guarantee you that.
This is the water. It's directly from the spring. It is a stream that runs through Osto. It's very good. A little minerally. That's tasty. I like that a lot.
And so, what are the different expressions that Cascanes makes? Because there's quite a few of them. So right in front of me here, I have the number 7 Añejo, the number 9 Blanco, and they also make what is called the number 10. So I'm going to try to break this down to make it make sense. So essentially, it goes up in scale. It goes number 7, number 9, and then number 10. What these numbers mean, it's just the designation of the ABV. So the number 7 is 40% ABV, the number 9 is 50% ABV, and the number 10 is 55% ABV. And then on top of the number 7, number 9, number 10, each one of those classifications also have a Blanco, Reposado, and Añejo variations of each one. So right here, I have the number 7 Añejo. I also happen to have a bottle of the number 7 Blanco. It's a much older bottle. There's these stickers on here that are not legally allowed to be on there anymore, but I'm not peeling them off because that's a lot of work. But this is an older bottle that I have. So they have the number 7 Blanco, and then there's also a number 7 Reposado. Same thing goes for the number 9 Blanco. I also have here a number 9 Reposado, but this is the Rosa Reposado, which I'll save to talk about in a second. And so they have that core lineup, the number 7, the number 9, and then the number 10, and each one has a Blanco, Reposado, and Añejo. And right in front of me, I have the number 9 Rosa Blanco. I get it, it doesn't look clear, but we're going to get to that. And then you also have the number 9 Rosa Reposado. Both of these spent some time in former wine casks, which is where they get that like Rosa or the almost like pink or rose kind of tint to it. The reason that this one, even though it's a Blanco, it says Blanco, its age, is that by classification law, a Blanco can be aged for up to 2 months and still be called a Blanco. I believe that the Rosa Blanco spent about 30-ish days, about a month, in a former French wine cask. And then the Reposado, I believe, spent almost 90 days, roughly. I could be wrong, but I think that's spot on. And so what I love about both of these is that it's showing that Cascanes is willing to experiment and do really fun things. And these wine cask expressions are outstanding. And then we also have their Nuestras Raíces, which is the one that I actually spoke about most recently. And it is such a special expression. It's technically not considered a tequila because it's not, there's a whole thing about it. But long story short, these three right here on my right showcase the experimentation that they're willing to do, but you also have their classic lineup, which are outstanding as well. I love Cascanes. They're personally one of my favorite brands